Hello, this is Artsy Theta, and today I'm going to be showing you how I sew in the signatures.
Oh, this is Artsy Theta, and today I'm going to be sewing the signatures into the backing and then putting them into the cover. So these are going to be my backing and this one also. So I'm going to glue this down. This guy is an envelope and it has to be unfolded and unglued in order to go into the signature and get sewn in. So it's going here, and it's going to go in like this. And then when you open the book, this will all be glued down, and the envelope will be sewn right in. So it has to be sewn in like that. So we'll get going here. That's in there. Okay, so these are my signatures. This is my cover. So I'll set my cover aside for now. We don't need it yet. We're going to need these pieces. Okay, and I was going to show you this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This piece here is this with the ribbon underneath it. You can see the ribbon is underneath it here. And so these get sewn through both of those pieces, and then this gets glued down here, and then these get glued down the top. So set that one aside as well. Okay, and the other things I have here are paper clips to help keep the pages together. I have two different needles. This is a thicker one. You can see how blunt the end is. This is a needle that I have cut the end off to make it more blunt. And you can use a pin. You can use like a pokey tool like this. It's really sharp. You can use, this is a quilling tool. Or you can use an awl, like so, to poke the holes. So I'm going to be using the awl. It makes a little bit bigger hole than this guy. Usually I use this, which is like a needle, width of a needle. But today I'm going to be using the awl because it does make a little bit bigger hole and it makes it a little bit easier to get the needle and thread through. Okay, now this is my cradle, and it's what I will be putting my signatures in to make the holes. And these are examples of hole placement cards. So for each size of journal that I have and the number of signatures I'll make, and then I'll save, make them out of cereal cardboard often, and save these the next time I make a journal of that size. So this is the one for this journal. I've split it into 4 parts, and then I split each of those 4 parts in half. So that gives me 9 holes across, and they are all approximately in the same place so that when I sew my journals in, they'll be even. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take these signatures, okay, and I want to make sure that the signature, all the papers are all the way down in there for when I go to make my holes. Okay, and then I'm going to pop my paper clips on here. I'm going to put them on all 4 sides just for security. Like that. And then I'm going to make sure it's right side up so that this is at the bottom part. And then I have labeled this top and bottom. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to even it up. So I have little lines on the edges, you can see here and here. I want to line those up at the top and the bottom of my signature. And I just want to come in here and poke my hole. Now I don't want to go too far down here because that'll make it too big of a hole. There we go. So there's all the holes in that one. Okay, and then I set that aside. We'll do the next one. So I'm going to do this for all 9 signatures. Make sure I get the clips on with the papers all the way down into that corner. Some of these paper clips have been used a lot. Okay, make sure I've got it right side up. and my Cradle and line it up, poke my holes. There we go. Holes poked, all good. Set that aside. Make sure I keep them in order. Now, as you can see, I made my Cradle out of cardboard from the back of a drawing pad, and I just have duct tape here so that when my tool punches through, it just goes through the tape, but see, it doesn't go through very far, so it's far enough that it doesn't hit my table when I make my holes. Okay, so let's do the one with the envelope, and then we'll do a speed up time lapse. Okay, this is a little bit tricky because the envelope sits down a little bit lower, so I'll make sure I have my long end of my paper clip there, keeping that in. And this particular signature has a lot of specialty paper in it, so it is also just what makes that a little bit trickier to get all the paper clips on. Make sure it's all in the center there. There we go. Okay, and then I want to make sure that it's right side up. It's right side up because my roses are in the right place. It's opening the right direction because I want it to have the blank side on that side and the opening on this side. So I'm going to pop it in there. And again, line this up and poke my holes. If you're all prepared and have all the parts and pieces together, it makes this go a lot faster. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, got all of the signatures punched. So they're all ready to go. Let's put that, oh, well, I'm gonna need that again. So I have these. And we'll get a magazine here. On top of pretty succulents. Okay, and then I want to glue my ribbon down here. So let's go ahead and maybe the back side. So this piece of paper is 5.5. So 2.5, 2 3/4 would be halfway. It's a 2. It's a 1.5 inch ribbon. So about here. So 2 and 3.5. And we'll mark down here 2, 3.5. You won't be seeing these lines because they'll be glued, this piece of paper will be glued down to the back to the cover. But if we get these, or the ribbon glued in evenly, it'll make our job a lot easier. Okay, and then we're going to put this, center this, and we have some choices. We could punch the holes, we could mark the holes. This is where you get to see whether or not we've lined them up properly or not. There we go. So another thing I can do is I can punch holes already in here, which is probably not a bad idea. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Grab my awl and run through here and do that really quick. That'll make it a lot easier for my needle to go through. Now this is a case where I probably want the thinner one. See how it's distorting the paper quite a bit? And I don't want that. I just want, that's better. And there we go. Now that'll make this go a lot faster. And this is just the back of my stamping pad. There we go. Okay, now my tail. Take that, find a piece of washi tape, and take my tail down. So if I take my tail down, then it won't come flying out when I pull. So then I'm going to go through this hole here. Sometimes it's easier to do when it's closed. Then I'm going to go through this one. Like so. And then I'm going to go through like so. Okay, and then I can pull my top like that. This one is going to go through here, and then it's going to go through that one down there, like that. And then I'm going to skip this one and go through this one. That way, when I go to tie my knot, it'll make it a lot easier. Okay. Through here. And there. That's right side up. For Hello, I'm back, and my recording cut off. So what I have done, you saw me stitching in the first signature, and then I stitched in the second signature and tied them both off, which is something that you missed. So I'm going to start here and show you how I did the signatures from the beginning. And we're going to put this one in here. Get my tail. Put it under my tape so it doesn't go anywhere. And I pull on it. Then I'm going to put through this third hole. Through here. Through here. And then back through here, the back. And then through my signature. Get tightened up. Okay, and then I'm going to go back through here. Now, I'm going to go on that side of my tape down string so that I'm not going to go through this hole, I'm going to go through this hole. Through here. You'll see why in just a minute. It'll make it easier to tie off. Down. This hole. And this hole. Tighten it up. And back down through that hole. Down through this hole. And back down through this hole. It's right there. There we go. Okay, and now I have both strings, one on either side. Let's see, should be one on either side. Oh, okay, so we're going to put one of these strings on the other side. There we go. You don't have to do this, but it just makes it feel like it's tighter. Okay, so I've got one string on either side of that long one, and we're all tight on the inside. So pull, pull. Okay, then we're going to tie our knot. I'm going to tie my knot around that string that it didn't go back down the second hole, it went down a later hole. There we go. I'll do one more time. Okay, and I'm going to cut them off. Sometimes I tie them together, I'm making a row along there. Today I'm not. And what I'll also do is take some glue and tap on the knots, and that will make the knots then not come apart. And I usually do that at the end, and I'll actually, since I'm gluing this down, this whole thing will be glued, so that makes these guys not come apart. Okay, and then I take my paper clips off. Close this one, hold it down. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in there so that it makes a weave, every other one. I'm going to put it here, I'm going to put that one here, and then the next one will go there. Okay, so let me do the rest of these. Boy, I can't think and do this at the same time, can I? So let me do the rest, stitch the rest of these in, and then I will come back. We can finish the book up. Okay, so got the spines all together like that, and then I'll glue these down. Just a little bit of glue before I glue the whole back, just to make sure. Uh-oh, I had my glue on the side. So no, that glue doesn't want to come out. Let's try this one. There we go. That one's a 3-in-1. Just to make sure my knots are down. Good? Good, okay. Alright, so they're all pretty even at the top, at the bottom, and they're going to be relatively even on the ends. Just make sure the backs are even, and we're good.
This has been Artsy Theta. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.